Welcome back, everyone. 13 after the hour. Time for us to go behind the headlines. We're going to take a look at various hemp bills all across this great land of ours that are making quite a bit of progress. This is going to be a year where we see a lot of hemp legalization. Now, we've already seen it in the 2012 election with Colorado. In the passage of Amendment 64, absolutely legalized hemp. However, the state still needs to put together some regulations for it. And this article out of the Denver Post talks about a bill sponsored by State Senator Gail Schwartz that would kick off hemp growing in Colorado on kind of a modest scale. It would enable farmers to register for 10-acre research and development plots to test the viability of different hemp varieties. So more of an experimental thing, not, full-scale industrial cultivation, big farms with combines like we need to see, but the very first baby steps of let's test, put out a couple 10-acre plots, test out some different varieties. Now, the problem, of course, still remains the federal government, which the DEA still declares all hemp growing illegal. It's a weird thing. It's not so much illegal as you can't do it without a DEA permit, and the DEA won't give you a permit. So it's kind of actually federally legal. It's just not allowed. A weird situation, the laws there. So with this Colorado bill, the Colorado Department of Ag would establish rules for registration and crop testing. Interesting notes here in the Denver Post on the statistics. Hemp has been legal in Canada since 1998. And currently, according to, this was Andrea Herman, who's a Manitoba hemp scientist, I also think she's doing work with National Cannabis Coalition, said that the Canadian crop recently has generated average profits of $255 an acre. Now, if you're not into farming, you don't have any frame of reference, here's some comparisons. Currently, corn is averaging $208 an acre, canola, for canola oil and such, $201 an acre, and wheat gets you $100 an acre. So Canadian farmers are doing quite well growing some hemp because, of course, we here in America have to buy it from them. We can't cultivate our own. According to Herman as well, in 2012, a record of 52,000 acres of hemp were grown in Canada. Projections for this year, 75,000. Increased by half. Canada is taking off with their hemp production, and our farmers here in America are sitting by, watching their farms disappear, getting turned over to big agriculture. And here's a crop that would grow so much better in America than it would in Canada. Another article from the Daily Chronic, a couple from the Daily Chronic today. This one on Vermont's hemp bill. Just got a favorable report from the Finance Committee, Senate Finance Committee, scheduled for a second reading tomorrow in the Senate. This is Senate Bill 157, would remove language from existing law. Understand, Vermont is one of 10 states that already have legal hemp. We have it here in Oregon. We're another one of them that already have legal hemp on the books. Problem is, in the law, it says as soon as the DEA gives you a permit, then you can have your legal hemp, right? So, it's not, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically the effect. This bill, Senate Bill 157, would remove language from the existing law which states that Vermont farmers can grow hemp, quote, when federal regulations permit, end quote. So this is to actually implement the legalization that Vermonters have already had for years. There's a companion bill in the House, House Bill 490. It's also advancing in Vermont. This would give authority over the Agency of Agriculture, Food, and Markets, would control the hemp industry. Farmers would have to be licensed by the state to grow hemp. Another interesting point in this article, over 30 countries produce industrial hemp, including Australia, Austria, Canada, Chile, China, Denmark, Egypt, Finland, France, Germany, Great Britain, Hungary, India, Italy, Japan, Korea, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Thailand, Turkey, and the Ukraine. And guess what? In all those countries, cannabis is illegal. Yeah, they, for some reason, can allow hemp to be grown and still punish people for using cannabis. Now, I know the Netherlands, it's tolerated. Portugal, 10 days supply is still legal, but they can still bust people that are growing and bust people that are in, larger supply, right? And by the way, the world's leader in hemp production is China. We've got the Hawaii Senate The bill passed its second reading in the Hawaii Senate. This House Bill 154 would allow the director of the College of Tropical Agriculture and Human Resources at the University of Hawaii at Manoa to establish a 2-year industrial hemp remediation and biofuel crop pilot program. Now, what that is, phytoremediation, hemp actually sucks toxins out of the soil. You got like a nuclear Fukushima kind of thing or a Chernobyl kind of thing. You got a chemical spill. You got some sort of contamination of the ground. You plant hemp there, it sucks those toxins out. That's what they're going to study, as well as the biofuel aspects. And in West Virginia's vice chair of the Agriculture Committee introduced House Bill 3011, which would also remove that part of West Virginia's hemp law that says we have to wait for the federal acknowledgement. We have to wait for the federal permission. Because again, West Virginia, another state that already has legal hemp, but hasn't been able to implement it because of the DEA. And Missouri, Jason Holzman, a Democrat of Kansas City, has sponsored SB 358 in the Missouri Senate, which would also reclassify hemp, allow people in Missouri, the farmers there, to grow industrial hemp. And finally, for our hemp update behind the headlines, in Kentucky, we've been covering the agriculture commissioner there, James Comer, who has been pushing for a Kentucky hemp legalization bill that has been supported by the aforementioned Senator Rand Paul and Senator Mitch McConnell, the Republican minority leader. This should come up for some sort of compromise vote tomorrow. They're working out some of the details, but it still looks like it's going to go forward in Kentucky. This is the year for hemp. And this is the time for a break. Hey, Kaliko.
Aloha. What's up?
It's been a while.
Yeah, we should probably take a break and get Irie.
She's my cherry pie. Be right back.
Oh, have you ever met that funny reefer man? A reefer man. Have you ever met that funny reefer man? A reefer man. If he said he swam to China, he would sell you South Carolina. Then you know you're talking to that reefer man.
You know, I've been playing rock and roll for a lot of years, and I've done it all. Now I do it without drugs. Hey, don't get me wrong, I still party with the best of them, but now I do it clean. You know, I'm on top of